D.A.M. in time. Wake up, it's D.A.M. in time. D.A.M. in time. Truth in the booth and the whole chat line. I walk in with the facts, no fluff in the bag. Hot coffee, cold truth, let me raise that flag. They came for the jokes, but they stayed for the lesson. I turn headlines into business confessions. I don't do fake, I don't tap dance nice. I say what I said, then I say it twice. If the world gone crazy, I'm the morning alarm. With a mic in my hand and some smoke in my palm. Say D.A.M. in. D.A.M. in. Say it one more time. D.A.M. in. If the truth hit hard, let it ride. If the show got value, put some love inside. It's D.A.M. in. Everybody say it. D.A.M. in. Don't just replay it. D.A.M. we live in the chat. If the facts hit home, go and tap that tap. D.A.M. hands in the sky, wake up, get smart, let the nonsense die. Tap that tap, drop that love. Shack going crazy when that truth show up. Tap that tap, drop that love. D.A.M. in the morning now, turn me up.
Let's go. What up? 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 Let me know where you're checking in from. Welcome to D.A.M. and Dave Anderson Morning News. Of course, I am Dave Anderson, and welcome to the best morning show on the planet. Damn it. And if you have not shared this out, if you have not clicked that subscribe button, if you are not getting notifications, I need you to click that notification bell and share this out with at least 10 people. Let's see who's in the building today. Let's see. Oh, starting off early with a banger. Yeah. Gregarious 28 has joined the party. You better thank a YouTube member. You better thank a YouTube member. You better thank a YouTube member for them super chats. You better thank a YouTube member for them gifts. You better thank a YouTube member for using them hypes. Thank you, YouTube member. Welcome to the party, Gregarious 28. I do appreciate the support. Tyke Myson from Florida. Not Tyke Myson. It's great. Just like Robin. You just like her. You just like her. Welcome. Nefertiti's in the building, said, here for another great morning show. Well, I am here to deliver. So we all on the same page. Black Belt Jones 215, Philly FBA Energy checking in B1. Shout out to all my foundational Black Americans here today. We got a lot of stuff to cover. I do not have a Godfrey update as of yet. We're still working on it. We will see what happens. Chicago is in the building. San Jose is in the building. 305, keeping it live. What up? Damn, we in here. WD Mobile Notary, what's going on with you? Texas is in the building. You better thank a YouTube member. Charles from Virginia. Let's see what's up. The Bronx is in the building. What up? What's good? FBA all the damn day. Listen, Berkeley, California is in the building. Now, yesterday, we had ourselves a phenomenal show. I was extremely happy about it. And not only that, we got to discuss something very, very important, which was the African bushmeat crisis. That bushmeat is out of control. Cleveland's in the building. So is Los Scandalous in the building. So today, while we're continuing to talk about what's been happening over in Africa as foundational Black Americans when it's absolutely none of our business, I figured this would be a really, really good time for us to continue our series on things that are happening in Africa that, you know, are really going to give us some insight, right? So I need to I need to let y'all know that we're talking very specifically about things that we have not had a chance to discuss. And I want to make sure that we're talking about what's happening in Africa. You know what I'm saying? So with that, wait, before I even get to that, listen, y'all are coming in hot and heavy right now. Y'all are coming in hot and heavy. Let's see here. Look up, look up, look up. Who is this here? The Iceman 2006 with the $10 super chat said, D-A-M-N it, man. Merry Friday, Junior family. Dave, new Clayface trailer. I did see that there's a new Clayface trailer. We will be reviewing that today. DC is out here blessing the people. Also, trailer for a new Chris Rock film, and it looks good, called Misty Green. Hashtag 305, hashtag B1, hashtag cut the check. I love it. I love it. I love it. DB Smooth said they are running out of monkey meat and rhino nuggets. Let me tell you something, man. Until they start closing down all those African hippo hibachis, we're going to keep reporting the news that has absolutely nothing to do with us. To that point, I am pulling down the Godfrey graphic because we don't know when that's going to happen. And we have a brand new segment on this show, kind of a show within the show. And we are calling it 1FBA. Yes, indeed. We are so focused on foundational Black Americans that we're going to spend the entire show talking about what's happening in Africa. Trending right now in the chat, hashtag 1FBA. Y'all like the new logo? Yep, we're going to spend our time talking about Africa since Africa wants to talk so much about us. I'm trending in the chat right now, hashtag 1FBA. Yes, indeed. That's what we're doing. And today is no different, ladies and gentlemen. Today is no different. We've got something very important to talk about. And that is none other than Africa's sovereign debt crisis. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and let's get into what's happening in 1FBA today. We're going to talk about Africa's sovereign debt crisis. Yes, we are. Yeah, let's go. Let's watch this together and let's roll this.
Could an African country essentially go broke because of the Iran war? That's a distinct possibility the longer.
Did y'all catch that? Let me run that back. Let's listen to this white man tell us about everything we need to know right here on 1FBA.
Could an African country essentially go broke because of the Iran war? That's a distinct possibility the longer the conflict continues. And defaults come with painful consequences, from cuts to social services like health, education, or public sector wages. But how do they even happen? Which countries are in the most danger? And what can they or other countries do to prevent them? Well, let's take a look. First of all, how does a country even go broke? Well, just like a business, it owes more to its creditors than it can manage to pay. It defaults on one or multiple loans. Ask Zambia or Ghana or Ethiopia or Chad. All have defaulted in recent years on sovereign loans. That's debt issued to domestic or international borrowers. In Zambia's case, heavy borrowing for large infrastructure projects left it with a lot of debt to pay and a very tight purse. The COVID-19 pandemic then put the squeeze on the budget in 2020, forcing a default. The pandemic and the Ukraine war also hit Ghana very hard, raising prices, taking away very important tourism dollars, and removing capital as investors fled for safety. The country defaulted in 2022. The restructuring that followed in Ghana has been costly, as it has been for all four of those nations. It's meant even tighter budgets as government trims spending on things like healthcare, public sector wages, and education in order to meet restructured payment plans. And in the case of Ghana, it left pensioners worried about their retirement savings. Well, today we see a familiar situation across the continent as a new crisis breaks out. Countries are still sitting on piles of debt. Many haven't seen growth return.
Hold on. I want to take time to examine which countries those were that are sitting on, what did he call it? A pile of debt.
Countries are still sitting on piles of debt.
All right, let's get rid of these captions. I want us as foundational Black Americans right here on 1FBA to unpack this. Look at Sudan. Look at that debt to GDP ratio in Sudan. My goodness. What are the Sudanese people over there doing? I would love to know what foundational Black Americans have to say on the subject. Let me see here. I see we got some chats. FU2 with the $2 super chat. You better thank a YouTube member said this is brilliant. Hashtag 1FBA. Remember, when you're hashtagging 1FBA, it's ONEFBA. Yes, indeed. Y'all see that? Egypt, Malawi, man, this is insane. Senegal. Akon, where you at? What is Akon doing about the highest debt to GDP ratio in Africa? Where is Akon on this? What's he doing? Mozambique, Congo, Congolese women. Where is Joy Reid? Where is Joy Reid? I need answers, 1FBA. Where is Joy Reid? Ain't she Congolese? What do they got going on over there? Let's keep going.
Many haven't seen growth return to pre-pandemic levels, and that means deficit spending.
Did y'all see that? Unreal.
Is rising, a familiar cycle.
So you take on a debt.
That's Waris Atiya, a lawyer in Kenya and expert on debt problems in Africa.
If you took it on before COVID, for example, then you thought you were going to recover in your economy and invest within 4 or 5 years, but COVID hits. And suddenly, again, your economic indicators are now not playing through. So what you have is a scenario of you've taken on a debt and committed to an interest rate, but your economy, even if there is perfect use of the money, that economic growth is not taking place because of factors outside your control. And the war that we're dealing with right now is another trigger mechanism.
There are other structural issues at play. Let's have a listen to what the World Bank's managing director told our podcast, The Dip, about vulnerable African economies.
They tend to be particularly reliant on energy that is brought into their economy, that's imported into their economy. They tend to have particularly high employment needs and challenges, and we're very focused on what those issues will be.
Again, those structural problems are now running into the newest global crisis, Iran and its consequences, and specifically the specter of inflation. Now, inflation was already rising in Nigeria and South Africa in March, even before oil prices really picked up.
Even though some of these economies are really big, they're still feeling the effect of the energy shock that we now can see taking hold.
Those figures are almost certain to be much higher in April. Now, inflation is a word, but in this case, it means higher fuel or fertilizer prices, really, which trickle down into everything else and right into normal pockets.
So I will tell you that the moment the price of fuel goes up, it has a direct effect on the cost of goods that hit the market, especially for poor people.
And when prices rise, people pull back on spending.
Expenditure is going down, which also means in turn that the government, who was projecting that they would collect a certain amount of tax revenue to then pay off its debt, is now not going to hit its markers.
Another problem is that local currencies are weakening due to the crisis. Weaker currencies make debt and imports in other currencies, think dollars, far more expensive. So who is in the biggest trouble? Senegal and Mozambique stand out in particular. Senegal was already under a debt restructuring program with the International Monetary Fund, which helps crisis-stricken economies. Then the IMF froze funding after realizing the country hadn't reported all of its debt. Meanwhile, Senegal needs to borrow a whopping quarter of its 2026 budget just to meet spending and debt repayment needs. Ratings agency S&P recently cut its currency rating further into junk status. Mozambique's debt is estimated by the IMF to be 106% of its economic output for 2026. Annual growth has meanwhile slowed to a meager 0.5 percentage point, and that's actually an improvement from a recession in 2025. The question will be how both countries and others in Africa manage the current crisis. Here's Amaka Anku, who focuses on Africa policy for the Eurasia Group.
I think this just highlights those vulnerabilities, and I think those countries were always going to have to restructure. They were always going to have to, do something about their debts. And that's not going to change.
Amaka says the immediate danger facing these countries is still relatively low, but that the length of this crisis and the response to it will be critical. One danger area is if countries have to spend more from their budgets.
A lot of the African countries will not have as much range to spend money to stimulate the economy. If we are in this situation for months on end and we get to a global recession, it might be harder for African economies to come out of that in terms of how the fiscal responses.
In other words, countries will have a problem if they have to dig even deeper into already tight budgets to help households. Unfortunately, that kind of scenario is very easy to imagine. People around the world right now are turning to their governments for help with higher costs. In Senegal, Mozambique, or other countries, the pressure is likely to be the same, if not even greater. That makes this conflict especially dangerous for Africa the longer it lasts. In fact, the chief Africa economist for Global Bank Citi recently said he could imagine defaults from 3 African countries in the next 2 years: Senegal, Mozambique, and Malawi. The picture isn't complete.
Again, apparently Akon's out here looking for new wives, but we haven't had any opportunity to really dive into this. What up, Mika?
What's going on?
Well, I don't know if you know this or not. Let me pull this down. You haven't seen, we launched a new segment right here. It's called One FBA.
One
Right there.
FBA.
Yeah.
Okay.
One
What is it
FBA.
about?
Yes. Well, basically, since 154 is supposed to be uniting everybody in Africa by talking about foundational Black Americans, I figured it was a good opportunity for foundational Black Americans to unite all over the country by talking about bullion in Africa. So that's what we're doing. And right now we're talking about how a lot of Africa is in debt. So trending right now in the chat is hashtag 1FBA. And so you're coming in on a small little mini doc about the debt crisis that is plaguing a good part of the continent. So that's where we are. So I'm gonna go back and roll this beautiful bean footage because that's just what it is. That's what we're doing here.
Completely dire. First of all, experts agree that in general, African countries are better positioned than they were at the beginning of COVID. Exporters of commodities, for example, think cacao or coffee, were definitely better off going into the crisis.
It meant that the FX reserves were high, and so they were able to keep the currency stable, and inflation was going down in most of those countries. So I would say the big winners before were Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Uganda, some of these guys who were in South Africa.
Of course, a global recession would change their fortunes as demand would fall. Now, another thing, access to capital has been a bit easier in the past year. That's according to Amaka, in part because more investors were looking outside the US. And so far, there's been no overwhelming flight to safety from investors. Think US bonds, like we saw during the pandemic, and which came at the expense of developing economies. There are even potentially positive aspects of the current crisis. Oil producers in Nigeria should be in a better position with higher oil prices. The pinch on natural gas could also boost efforts to build an LNG terminal in Mozambique. That's an on-again, off-again project by Total Energies. And just like in the rest of the world, the oil crunch may bring new emphasis to Africa to develop renewables.
Now is the opportunity when governments will be really looking for alternatives. I think that that's a silver lining.
But what can wealthier nations do to help prevent the worst-case scenario? Well, the situation facing poor nations, and African ones in particular, was a major focus of a series of meetings last week between two of the biggest financial multilateral organizations out there, the IMF and the World Bank. And they've promised more assistance.
So the assistance would look like reprioritizing the economic program that we would have with many partner countries to provide additional short-term financial support to them, and to bring that to life with the resources that taxpayers in more developed economies make available to us. The World Bank Group would have the ability to deploy anywhere between $20 and $25 billion of support to economies who are in this phase of challenge.
Wealthier nations that make up the G20 have also made debt relief a priority in recent years. In fact, in 2020, the organization established a new framework to help countries entering default. Now, those 4 nations we mentioned earlier, Zambia, Ghana, Ethiopia, and Chad, all restructured their debt with the help of the G20. Any new defaults would likely be handled in the same manner. The coming months will tell the story of African finances and what this crisis means for them. But one thing has been clear for as long as I've been paying attention. Africa's higher debt loads have become a persistent problem, especially in the era of constant crises that affect global trade. The pinch on public finances limits the reforms that nations can undertake, indeed, that they desperately need to make. After all, Africa is the world's youngest continent and its fastest growing. It needs jobs and social stability. The fate of economies there will have consequences, not just for African households, but for countries around the world.
I mean, wow, there's just so much to unpack there. I feel so bad. Like, they gotta get on that.
First of all, who would tell them to go and borrow from IMF?
I don't,
like most don't know
know
what the IMF is, but
Mm.
the way they loan out money is not like your average bank. It's much more sinister.
So IMF is not iguana meat frying?
I'm sorry?
The IMF is not iguana meat frying. That's not what that stands for.
No.
That's not it.
No, the IMF is not. The IMF is wild. The way that they lend out money, right? They how can I say it? They overtax it. Okay? Or let's put it into, because I'm trying to not to use so many financial words. So I'm trying to find regular words for it. Essentially, they loan you money, all right? But they charge interest rates that are insane. So it'll be like a payday loan, something like that.
So it's predatory. This is a predatory loan type. This is a predatory loan type.
It's absolutely
situation.
predatory.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So you mean to tell me in between, having hippo hibachi and cheetah chops, they're also doing payday loans on their? Wow, that's crazy. Y'all know me.
But hold on. Do you know where one of the IMF buildings sit? In Washington, D.C. Yeah. So I'm Federal Reserve, IMF, all of that is part of the central banking system. And it's all predatory. It's all predatory. We've just had that central banking system set up since what? About 1913, 1912. So we've only been dealing with it that long.
Absolutely.
It's predatory.
Yo, hold on. Shout out to Crown Eyes said, I need Dave Anderson. Listen, you can always shoot me an email. Email address is extremely easy to remember. It is Dave@businessbullyshow.com. Dave@businessbullyshow.com. Man, but I'm really excited about this. I'm thrilled. It just came to me like, no, we, and I'm speaking about the Foundation of Black Americans, need to make sure that we are unifying the United States by not addressing our issues. Let's address the issues happening in Africa. That I feel like, yesterday, I feel like y'all learned so much. Mika, until yesterday, you didn't know bushmeat was a real thing. You're welcome. One FBA is doing its job out here.
I still don't care for it. I regularly don't eat meat here in America. I don't know about bushmeat.
Listen, I told you, you not see what they doing to the chimps? Did you not see my documentary where they talk about how the chimps are laying and they're just frolicking, laying back like that little chimp in the Disney Tarzan
No,
movie?
I didn't see any of that. That's wild. That is wild. I thought y'all were joking. So absolutely not.
That's not a joke. It's a real thing. 60 metric tons a year of bushmeat is being traded and sold. The bushmeat trackers, listen, it's such a commercial demand. They can't even keep up. And the populations of these animals are not being able to be replenished because they're being poached so badly. Yes. So I'm really concerned. I really want these people to be able to find a way to solve the bushmeat crisis, because it's out of control. They're eating the chimps. They're eating the cheetahs.
Wasn't it a thing where they said that the USDA was, because I know they do it from certain countries, but weren't they blocking food from Africa coming over here at one point?
I do believe, yes, absolutely, because because we don't do baboon burgers. Respectfully, we don't. They do. Like, I need us to understand. We the bushmeat we don't eat here.
I can't. I'm not
in the jungle, the mighty jungle. The bushmeat sizzles tonight.
I ain't got time. So what y'all got going on today?
No, we talking bushmeat. Bushmeat.
Bushmeat from Luggage and Legos.
Y'all so wrong.
Oh, wait, my God.
I mean, Chill said, poor Chim Chim. Salute Damn Nation. Salute Mika. Appreciate
What's up, Amy?
Y'all thought bushmeat was something that Tariq Nasheed just said, and y'all ran with no. Jane Goodall was talking about bushmeat in 07. You ought to understand the bushmeat.
Not day hunting Rafiki.
Correction. I know your father. He's on the grill. Wait.
Oh my
Capricorn
God.
Queen with the receipt saying bushmeat carries diseases. It's dangerous to eat. No. We need that. Look, giraffe stew. I don't like my giraffe stew with beans or rice. I personally have abstained from giraffe stew because there's too many neck bones in it for me. Respectfully, it's just way too many neck
I
bones.
did want to go on
giraffe
that little trip that it's a hotel over there where like the giraffe comes in the hotel. He leans in the window.
No.
I thought it was pretty cool.
You think you want the giraffe to lean in the window? So you want to
Yeah.
go to Giraffe
I like the nature stuff. So yeah.
I understand. Oh Lord, ladies and gentlemen, we just got a $10 super chat, and y'all already know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Dave, my music. I've been concerned about this bushmeat crisis since yesterday, but in your presence, my heart is full as ever. Thank you for your hospitality. From the Iceman, $10 super chat. That's right. You want to shoot your shot at Mika? Damn it. Run the super chats.
Man. You're so silly, Dave. You ain't got no sense.
No, none.
Monkey paw taco.
Why are y'all doing this?
Thank you.
By the way, I want to know what your
hippo?
favorite. Listen, I need to know what your favorite. I need to
I'm
know what
about
your
to hide
favorite.
this chat.
No,
Oh my
you're not
God.
hiding the chat.
Honey
You
glazed
can hide.
hippo.
You can hide the chat. But we're talking bushmeat recipes right now. What's everybody's favorite bushmeat recipe? You know, are you seasoning? Are you baking? Are you broiling, frying, fricasseing, roasting, barbecuing? How do you like your bushmeat?
Probably the same way.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It really is not. I'm gonna need you to stop. Your hair curled too tight today, Mika. You out here bugging about the same way.
Well, I mean, I don't like meat like that. And chitlins.
First of all, I don't eat chitlins. Chitlins will not be in my house, not ever. Just
Fried hyena.
not something that fried hyena is crazy work. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I do need to bring something to everybody's attention here. First of all, let's get that out the way. And let's see, we got that, and
Mosquito
that.
burgers.
Why are y'all like this? Why are y'all like this?
I gotta hide this chat for myself. Oh no.
No, you
It's
do not.
distracting me.
No, you do not.
Go ahead.
What you mean you gotta hide the chat? This
I had
chat,
to hide it because all I see is rhino burger, mosquito sauce.
Listen,
chips.
That's crazy. That is insane, Mika. I don't know what y'all are up here talking about right now, but I do want to let you know something. Hold on one second. Because this is extremely important.
Okay.
Hold on one second. I got to make sure this is right because this is extremely important, and we're going to launch that. Make sure we got that there.
The NAACP hasn't kicked into this morning.
No, it has not kicked in this morning. But I do want to let y'all know that this is extremely important here. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a major announcement. A major announcement. Right now, for the first time, if you click the link in my bio, we have the official 1FBA merch. I need y'all go on and get that. It's on the damn store right now. It comes in black. It comes in navy, which is my personal favorite. We got it in green. We got it in royal blue. And we got it in bushmeat red. So make sure y'all go ahead, head over to the damn store and get yourself some 1FBA merch. And yes, we do have the 1FBA dust kicker slides.
No, those are slides. You gotta get the toe savers.
I'm not getting them toe sandals. Not paying that. I'm not paying for bushmeat tariffs. No, I am not. I want y'all to go on and get the 1FBA merch while it's available. It's hot. Link in my bio. Y'all go ahead and get that. Yes. Gotta have it. I'll be chill. Not Mash. Meerkat.
Meerkat.
Ain't that what Zaboomafoo is? Ain't he a meerkat?
Zaboomafoo? I thought he was a what is it, lemur?
Is he a lemur?
Yeah.
Listen. I don't listen. I don't know. Lemon pepper lemur.
Aardvark. No, Arthur on the mill.
And no, hold on, I gotta do right. And I say, what that wonderful kind of
day. I love that song. And I think it's Jamaican.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I was doing it in Nigerian. It's one FBA. We ain't worry about that.
Oh man.
Okay. First of all, see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm advocating for you motherfuckers, and y'all sitting up here saying I'm being disrespectful to Africans. How? There's a bushmeat crisis, and they got dead up to their eyeballs, and you motherfuckers are telling me I'm being disrespectful? Damn it. I just can't. I'll be chill. They got to make some tether sandals with baby powder accessories for extra. Why are they like this? Why are you people like this?
Because they're your people.
They are my people. Listen, it's again, Meek, I keep trying to tell you, it's very simple. You want to get on board with it's one FBA right now. Link is in the bio. I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and get your shirts. When you get your shirt, I'm gonna need y'all to tag me and let me know, and I'm gonna send you a very super dope prize. Pixie Dust 9987 says, Dave, I like the design of your shirts. Who's your designer? Dave Anderson. Dave Anderson is your designer. Yes, he is. That's what I do. Listen.
Dylan.
I can't do it.
Cream of sand.
Cream of sand.
There's something wrong with y'all.
There's nothing wrong with us. Wait 1 second. Tethers Dookie outside. Wait, why is your name Tethers Dookie outside? Jesus. Said sauteed rhino backs, tamarind, Kool-Aid, and mud cookies is good eating in Africa. You FBAs have no culture. You have no culture, Mika. This man's name is Tethers Dookie outside. I'm trying to do a show, and you people will not be serious. There's crises happening. Roast elephant trunk and fava beans with a nice Chianti. Anyway, Mika.
Yes.
Apparently, Ryan Clark got fired.
Absolutely. I covered it yesterday on my live stream. It was quite interesting. A rabbit hole indeed.
So I am we got so much to get to, but let's talk about Ryan Clark getting fired on air. I want to run this clip, and then I want to get your reaction, because this is very interesting to me. Let's go ahead.
Why am I here in the studio and nobody?
A major shakeup is unfolding at ESPN.
No, we got to run that back.
I don't want to work. I'm done.
Okay,
why am I here in the studio and nobody?
A major shakeup is unfolding at ESPN, and one of the network's most recognizable NFL voices is reportedly out. After 11 years with the company, former NFL safety and longtime analyst Ryan Clark has reportedly been laid off as part of a broader round of cost-cutting across ESPN and the NFL network. But the timing of the decision is what has captured the most attention. According to The Athletic, Clark was appearing on Monday's edition of NFL Live when he was informed that ESPN was ending its relationship with him. Clark reportedly left before the program was finished, creating an unusually abrupt ending to a television career at the network that lasted more than a decade. The decision may not have come completely out of nowhere. Reports suggest that speculation surrounding Clark's future had been circulating since February, with the rumors becoming more intense in recent days. Clark had reportedly been earning approximately $2 million per year. Sources cited by Sports Business Journal said ESPN originally planned to notify him on Tuesday. However, after journalists began asking questions about the situation, executives reportedly became concerned that the news would become public before Clark had been personally informed. His departure could be only the beginning. ESPN and the NFL network are reportedly preparing for additional layoffs as Disney continues making broader organizational cuts. A limited number of ESPN personalities based at the company's headquarters in Bristol, Connecticut, may be affected, while the NFL network could face a larger reduction involving both television talent and behind-the-scenes employees. The restructuring follows ESPN's reported acquisition of the NFL network in February. Under the arrangement, the NFL received a 10% ownership stake in ESPN, with the overall transaction reportedly valued at roughly $3 billion. Clark joined ESPN after completing a 13-season NFL career, spending most of his playing years with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He quickly became known for his direct opinions, emotional delivery, and willingness to challenge other analysts on live television. During his time with the network, Clark appeared across several major programs, including First Take, Get Up, NFL Live, and Monday Night Countdown. He spent 3 years on the Monday Night Show alongside personalities such as Jason Kelce and Marcus Spears. Clark's outspoken style also occasionally created controversy. One notable moment came during an on-air disagreement with analyst Peter Schrager while discussing Dallas Cowboys receiver CeeDee Lamb. Clark criticized Schrager's perspective by referring to his lack of experience as an NFL player. The exchange became tense, and Clark later posted a public apology on X. The Athletic reported that the incident negatively affected Clark's relationship with some ESPN executives, although it remains unclear how much influence that confrontation had on the final decision. Outside ESPN, Clark remains a co-host of the Pivot podcast alongside former NFL players Fred Taylor and Channing Crowder. As of now, neither Clark nor ESPN has issued a detailed public statement explaining the reported separation. The biggest remaining question is whether Clark will join another sports network, expand his independent media work, or take his outspoken style in an entirely new direction.
Interesting. Very interesting. Mika, you say what?
I say there's extra going on behind it. So you see, they're saying, okay, the Athletic reported that, right? The Athletic is friends with, of course, ESPN and Disney, right? The Athletic didn't report it. Actually, Outkick reported it. And they didn't want Outkick to actually have that story. Outkick is seen as more conservative. So when Outkick said they were running it, ESPN said, okay, well, can you hold on for like an hour or two? And the Athletic said, we'll hold the story for an hour. They leaked the story to
The Athletic.
Yes, the Athletic. They leaked it to Athletic, and then the Athletic posted it about 30 seconds before Outkick did. But the Athletic only had like a paragraph. Outkick had a whole mirage of
story ready
sources
to go.
and story. Yes. So, but they didn't want that, they didn't want that leaking, and that's why they pulled him, because ESPN already knew, because the Outkick called ESPN, said we're running the story.
Right. So let's.
And he would have found out on air.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was gonna find out on air either way. Apparently, they just want to be the ones to make him find out on air. Hey, wait,
right. Well, they hadn't told him, so he would have been.
Right.
You know how they be on their phones. He would have found out that way.
Yeah. So. Let's go ahead and hear from the dude from Outkick, and get this beautiful beam footage run. Let's go ahead.
That you had the story from multiple sources that Ryan Clark was going to be probably the biggest of all the names in this particular jettisoning of a town at ESPN, and walk me through that part of it, how you guys had the story, and then what happened when you reached out to ESPN before you reported it.
Yeah, so, excuse me, it actually goes back to Friday. Someone contacted me Friday saying, what are you hearing about ESPN's plans for the Super Bowl? Which, for those that don't know, they're going to broadcast their first ever Super Bowl this year. And I said, oh, what do you mean? Well, one of the big stories is their halftime show is not very good. And it's featured Ryan Clark the past, 4 or 5 years. And this person told me that Clark is going to be let go this week, so there's going to be an open spot for Super Bowl halftime. I started poking around, and a little delicate situation with the layoff, and people weren't saying much, but I had it pretty confirmed at around noon and verified by 1 o'clock yesterday that Ryan Clark was the biggest name on the layoff list. And I do believe they had a literal list of the people they were going to lay off. So we go through the process, and I inform the people to work with that I'm going to run this story with a policy to reach out to ESPN PR and let them know we're running this.
Okay, so stop there. So by 1:00 yesterday, you have it locked down, whomever your sources are, you feel comfortable enough that you go to your bosses and say, look, just to give you a heads up, I've got this on lockdown. I'm going to report under the Outkick umbrella that Ryan Clark is out at ESPN. And they say to you, do what first?
We contacted them around 4. So it wasn't right. You got to give your sources some time, right, to not make it too obvious. So we let them know at 4:00. They wanted us to hold till 5:45. We said no, 5:00 is good.
And when you say then, you mean ESPN. You guys reach out to ESPN PR and say, we're running this story. We want to give you a heads up because that's the right thing to do. And they asked you to pause, to embargo the story for almost 2 hours.
Yes, and we said no, 1 hour is good. So we're waiting and waiting. And by the way, what's so bizarre, while we're waiting, Ryan Clark is on TV. He's on NFL Live while we're waiting to report he's going to be out. Well, then eventually ESPN says, all right, fine, whatever, we're good. So we post the story, and then we find out 1 minute before that, The Athletic had the same story. But here's the real kicker, Craig.
Go ahead.
The Athletic story only had a few lines in it. It was clearly rushed. See, it'd be different if The Athletic had pre-wrote it and was waiting all day for their go-ahead. No. They rushed it out with just a few lines. So put 2 and 2 together. While we're waiting for the go-ahead just to make sure everything's good, Ryan Clark knows, ESPN, in the meantime, yanks Ryan Clark off set. They tell him he's terminated, and they tip off The Athletic, all because they don't want us to have the story.
So, in other words, a lot of people have thought that, they have a relationship with a reporter at The Athletic, and I guess, that's part of the game. But you're suggesting that once you clued ESPN to the knowledge that you had it on lockdown and we're going to report it, in the time that they were asking you not to report it, they, according to you, turned around and gave the story to their more favored insider so that he could break it for The Athletic and you guys at Outkick couldn't break it.
That's absolutely right. Now, the good thing is that we have a very loyal audience. So when we posted, a lot of people credited us anyway because it was only 30 seconds different. But yes, and you're right. There is a bit of a give and go. Now, I don't really play by those rules. I don't know if anybody knows me. I don't really do a lot of favors for media companies. I don't really get embargo scoops. Not really my thing. So I get it, right? I mean, they'd probably rather work with that reporter than me. Totally get it. And I told them that, but I also said, hey, what you did was pretty rotten. I know you did it. You don't have to confirm it. It's obvious. But here's the big picture of it is, Craig, they pulled the guy off set and told him he was terminated during commercial break at 4:48. They made a spectacle out of this just to try to spite us.
Woo! But wait,
I told you it was messy. I told you this was messy. It was absolutely messy. They hadn't told him. They hadn't told him. And the only reason they did was because the guy at Outkick was going to break the story. I mean, that's what journalists do, right? They find out something, they break the story. But it's up to ESPN on how they treat their employees.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So, and he said that he said it right. They pulled him during commercial break. Absolutely wild.
But wait, there's more. Again, y'all already Mika, you hear that?
What?
You don't hear that right there?
No, what? What? Who?
Well, let's see what Emmanuel Ocha has to say about the subject.
Oh. Yeah, it was crazy what he had to say.
All right, let's go ahead and run this. Let's big screen it.
What gave it away? The hairdo.
Ken, when's the NFL season start? Maybe September 9th or 12th?
September 9th coming around. This year.
Right.
Or September.
Correct. You do not have time to go get another job. CBS's rosters filled.
Yeah.
NFL Network now is owned by ESPN. Filled. Fox doesn't really have any daily show opportunities in their roster. Filled. NBC's roster filled. So when you get fired this late into the programming, that's what happened to myself. It's like we got fired on July 14th. Everybody's roster's filled. So why the hell we had to create Speakeasy? Now, what they've done with the pivot is incredible, but at the end of the day, Monday Night Football gets 26 million viewers. You better find a way to go get you 26 million viewers back. NFL Network gets about 500,000 viewers a day. Doing the pivot pod 4 times a month, you better find a way to. That's why what we doing here in Speakeasy, we doing this every night. Like we had to find a way to counter that. Go ahead, 25.
Not so wait. McAfee making more than Stephen A. Smith?
Not yet. But this next deal, he might jump.
Next deal, probably.
Why?
Because he owns his own. Because I don't get that part. He can't. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, he ain't even.
I don't think he can touch Stephen A.
at all.
But
how was
he's 38. So if you're betting on the future, he's 38. Stephen A. is maybe 58. So they're like, let me bet on him.
My question is it because he has his own platform? That's why, or is it?
I think it's twofold. He does more than Stephen A. Smith now because he does that college show, which is a gigantic show. College Game Days, you know, probably in order of value to ESPN, Monday Night Football, and then College Game Day is probably.
But I think and I'm just trying to, because you know this better than I do, but like Stephen A. is going to grab more attention by himself.
Absolutely.
I feel like Pat got to bring all these different movements to.
People watch Stephen A. to watch Stephen A.
Yeah.
People watch who Pat brings on, but Pat has his hands. He has his hands
Pat's
everywhere.
everything. Like, WWE, Pat's great though. So I just want to know how that works. I'll just say this though, with the whole thing with even Ryan, it's like he had a great thing with the pivot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if it's still where it was at, you know what I mean? But I know it's still good. I just think that, you know, if somebody's gonna get fired and you're asking what's he gonna do next, I think Ryan's the type of guy where he'll do something good next. Just because, you know, the relationships he's been meeting and connecting with, stuff like that, the Mike Rubens and all that. And so I mean, they pivot and they have it already going on.
Essentially, what he's saying is 4 times a month isn't going to get it. If you want the viewership that, you know, these networks have, you have to do it pretty much every day. You have to drum up something every day. You need an episode every day. So he's been able to do part-time with the pivot because he was on, you know, ESPN. So, you know, it was able to have a part-time thing. But if you want to compete, you're going to have to do that 5 days a week.
Right. But again, this is my problem with a lot of content creators. And when I say this, I mean this respectfully. A lot of y'all are lazy. Respectfully. Y'all don't want to put it in. Y'all don't want to put in the time and whatnot, because it does not make sense that in 13 weeks, I'm in the top 25 of all YouTube creators as far as percentile goes. Y'all been at this for years. I've been at this for weeks.
YouTube rewards consistency, right? So
I mean,
if you're consistent, right, which, you know, you don't have to do a podcast every day, but there needs to be some type of content there every day. And that way it'll keep you in the algorithm, right? So if you have a long podcast, you clip it up, you know, the best parts, because everybody doesn't watch live streams, right? But everybody watches videos. So essentially who you don't catch on the live, you'll catch on, you know, the standalone videos. So yeah, you can still do all that and not be on every day. But a lot of the times people don't want to edit. People don't want to do this, that, and the third. So no, they don't.
Yeah. Oh, this is
a lot of people. I'm sorry. A lot of people are scared of the viewership numbers. Right now, with mainstream, you don't see them because most people are not connected with you know, Nielsen. Me and you know, right? Most people are not connected with that, right? So they're not looking at the numbers every day, and then they see somebody gone. They're like, "What happened?" Because the numbers, right, are low. But
you mean like when they fired Joy Reid? Because, well, her numbers absolutely sucked.
But she ran 5 years with low numbers.
They did everything they possibly can.
Everybody over there at BS
did everything.
I don't think they, even what's his name? Tom, was it Tom Hanks? Yeah, even Tom Hanks was like, nobody watched this. He said, I'm talking to all 11 of the people over there. That's what he said on red carpet.
Actor?
Yes, yes, that's what he said on the red carpet. He said, "Oh, who is this?" And they were like, "Oh, MS Now." He said, "Oh, so I'm talking to all 11 of your viewers."
I mean, shout out to Tom Hanks. I still think that, I mean, I find
Yeah,
it
he's
very,
still a weirdo, but that was funny.
yeah, but
But
funny is
it
funny.
just goes to show you. It just goes to show you they're on because of NBC, their parent company.
That's it.
And
That's
they
it.
get free airway time. So that's one thing. But when you don't get free airway time like ESPN and Disney, then you have to look at these numbers. And a lot of these numbers are not good.
Yeah, I just don't know. Excuse me. See, this is the problem. Dave Anderson has been around for over 20 years. No, Heifer, I've been around for 40. I started my career in the Reagan administration. You have advantage and experience. No, I have experience. There is no advantage on YouTube. Y'all don't care that I put Ricky Smiley in the Hall of Fame. Y'all don't care that I helped Charlamagne get in the Hall of Fame. Y'all don't care that I helped Wendy Williams get in the Hall of Fame. Y'all don't care that I helped Tom Joyner get in the Hall of Fame. What are we talking about? What advantage do I have? Yo, wait.
They're trying to equate it to
y'all see Tom on here? Just admit that I'm better and deal with it. Just admit that I happen to be a polymath and deal with it. Don't try to diminish it because I have actual broadcast experience. Don't try to diminish it because I happen to put in backbreaking work. You don't know. I am in this office chopping, editing, on calls, trying to get sponsors, doing absolutely everything. So please don't minimize what I do because
not great unk status.
Listen, I'll take it. But
no, he said great unk.
Yeah, no, I'll take it. Listen, I'm old enough to be somebody's grandfather. I'm also old enough for your mommy to call me daddy.
Yeah.
Wait, never mind. Anyway, so yeah, please don't do that. And yes, Joy Reed is from the Congo. Can't you tell by that Congolese hairline? Can't y'all tell by that RoboCop hairline she got? Y'all ever see RoboCop with the helmet off? That's Joy Reed's hairline. That is what it is. Bushmeat. Sorry.
All I'm gonna say is it's I think they're trying to equate that to you because you have the experience. But let's look at somebody like Jemele Hill. She has the experience as well.
And she absolutely sucks. Speaking of people who absolutely sucks, let's just see what Jemele Hill's horrible head having ass says on the subject. Can't believe I gotta run this rag. Y'all know how I feel about that raggedy broad since she put my name in her mouth. Oh,
and she looks like a white woman.
No, she looks like a pig. She looks like Wilbur the pig cosplaying as a white woman. Look at that. That is a waste of hazel eyes. What was please?
She used to not be so bad.
No, she used to be.
I think TDS really takes a toll.
Halfway attractive. It ages you. Trump derangement syndrome ages you people. Y'all are so busy riding the Trump carousel that y'all ain't paying attention to a dadgum thing. That's why she's sitting there with piss poor lighting, looking like a poster child for care. But if I gotta run, we gotta run this though. Can y'all see the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see the screen, right? Okay.
And what I really didn't like about how they did Ryan.
First of all, and what I really didn't like about how they did Ryan, it's like Maya Angelou took a little bit of helium. That's what it sounds like.
Shut up. And listen, in full disclosure, and many of you probably already know this, Ryan is a friend of mine.
No.
And what I really didn't like about how they did that is who broke the news. Now, of course, The Athletic, I think they first broke the news, totally fine. Very reputable organization. They cover sports media. I think it was Andrew Marchand who broke it, who broke the news. And Andrew, let me make sure about that. Actually, Andrew doesn't work for The Athletic.
Andrew does.
Or no, he does. Okay, like I'm right. I was like, let me make sure that I get the news outlet correct. Like Andrew's been covering.
Oh, now you want to get stories correct. Where was all this energy when you was trying to fry me, you raggedy pig?
I've talked to him on many occasions. He's been covering sports media for a long time. So it made sense for him to break the news because he's had deep connections in ESPN.
He's woke.
But when I saw that Outkick also broke the story, that to me led me to believe that somewhere Ryan Clark got a hater. because that's not the organization that you would leak that kind of information to. And if anybody in the chat knows anything about Outkick, I find it to be a rather disgusting outlet. It's a right wing, you know, if I swear, if they couldn't use the word woke, they wouldn't even print anything in that rag, because it is a rag. All right. And so seeing that they got the story was like, seeing that they got the story, that they sourced it. If that came from, because there's been some other reporting to suggest that they were given that story from someone inside ESPN. And if someone from inside ESPN gave Outkick the story about Ryan being let go, then that feels more nefarious to me. And it feels more nefarious because then it feels like you're trying to create a narrative. And you had to lay off a bunch of people. Everybody knows that ESPN has bought the NFL network. And that's really the source of these layoffs. It's like you have, NFL network had its own staff. They had their own, reporters and on-air talent. ESPN had its own. And so you knew typically when you have that kind of merger, there's going to be layoffs in the process. And I just thought that it was very strange that that outlet would get that kind of story. And it felt like it was a purposeful ploy to drum up, which is to be expected, to drum up a kind of conservative spin on why Ryan got let go. Because now, if you go across social media, you see the conservative outlets are essentially dancing on his professional grave. That it felt like somebody purposely wanted to set that narrative. I don't know if it was to deflect what ESPN has done, or if it was just more spiteful than that. So that's why I said I don't have any inside information, but it feels like the way this was done, Ryan got a hater or haters, plural, in the building. In the building, absolutely. Because you can sometimes tell by the way people go out how they were regarded in that building to begin with, or who, and this isn't to say at all that Ryan did something to engineer that.
Okay. There's like literally 3.5 more minutes of this, Mika. God damn.
No, cut her short. She already said what she gonna say. So here's the thing. Yeah, I was waiting for you to hit that Trina on him. Sounds like blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay. What's up?
What's up? Shut up. Hold on, we got some super chats to hit. Let's get to the super chats. Let's see here. Yogi Fish with $10 super chat said, "Bless up, Dave and Mika. Appreciate you, Big Pimpin'." The Geek Surgeon says, "Hit that like button for this game. 86 likes." Yeah, listen, it's 368 of y'all combined watching from wherever platform you're watching from. The likes ain't gonna hurt you. It only helps. Just hit them likes. That's all. CT the God said, "Mr. Anderson, we missed you last night at the men's table. Salute." Yeah, I was taking my mother and my family out for dinner, and I have been on the men's table more than any other host on that show. Period, point blank. And so I decided to take a much deserved night off. And I'm glad I was missed. I appreciate you. Hope all is well. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Big Pimpin'. And Lee on point with the 2 gems. 100. Appreciate you, Pimpin'. Appreciate you, Pimpin'. Y'all had a lot to say in the chat, but go ahead, Mika.
No.
Wait.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing.
Just too jazzy. You better think a YouTube member said, "Oh, split star face ass."
That's why I was
You
laughing.
can't unsee it now. When I come through, hit you with the 1, 2. That split star's only job to make sure that he can be in those spaces where Busta Rhymes can, so he can.
Well,
breathe.
he had one little joint. You looking good in the Gucci bikini. Is that him?
Yeah, I believe that's split star. Yeah.
I like that one. Yeah. And that's it. That's the
Talking about be a gentleman, Dave. Don't call our sister names. No, she tried to tell me I was wrong for coming down on reality shows. So
the reason why the reason why she matters is because her and you just heard like Outkick talk, right? So she's trying to she's trying to start stuff behind the scenes, essentially. So her and the Outkick are going back and forth, and now she's trying to say that right wing, because everything is social justice warrior. So she's trying to say that the right wing outlets are infiltrating ESPN to drop nuggets about people of color, when a lot of white men got fired as well.
Oh no, that doesn't fit the narrative. That's not that.
As a matter of fact, one with 33-year tenure.
Oh well, no. So there you go, letting facts ruin the waste. Don't you know we're in the Trump era? Don't you know the firing don't work for you the same?
It don't work the same because Watts is fired with them.
Yo, shout out to DB Smooth with the $2 super chat. Said big up and shout out to Mama Anderson. Absolutely, my 80-year-old mama. She wanted some Carrabba's, so we took her to Carrabba's. Oh Lord, now FU2 says Spliff Star is a tether too. I mean,
Damn.
yeah. Oh wait, yeah. I mean, yeah, we knew that though, but it looks
but
like.
wait. I thought Tether was trying to get everybody's reparations. He's been helping.
He's been helping. Yeah, I mean, again, exceptions don't disprove the rule.
He is not a tether. He is not a tether because he's not trying to get nobody's reparations. That's what you said was the rule. Okay,
no,
y'all gonna stop changing these rules.
Listen, sometimes when you say it's jokes. Like when I call you a tether, I don't call you a tether. I don't think you're. It's jokes. Let the joke be great. Speaking of people who want you to let the joke be great, Mr. Watson with the $4.99 super chat said Ryan got fired for being a social justice warrior. Absolutely. That's unattractive for their bosses, viewers, and investors. A few white men got fired too. Will y'all stop making sense before noon? Keep telling y'all that. Y'all want to keep making sense. No, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Do appreciate you, pimping. Man, listen.
Thank you, Eric. You better thank one of my household members.
You better thank a household member. I said thank you. Telling me the things. What the hell I'm talking about? Yeah, I used to look at the His and Her show. I thought that was cool. Like it, but this is horrible. And what she doesn't realize, when you light skin, that kind of blonde washes you out. Like no one is going to mistake you for Pamela Anderson. Respectfully.
I tell people this all the time. Wasn't I just telling you this? That I purposely put on tint because I don't want to be washed out on camera.
Exactly, because you got sense. Now, Albie Children said it. The weight system doesn't take into account that we in the Trump era and we done lost white people the same time they lost Ryan Clark. But the firings don't work for you the same.
No. Nope.
And that's it. So shout out to Naomi. You better think a YouTube member. Oh wait, you just a mod, Naomi. You ain't become a member yet. I'm just never mind. Take your ass. About acting.
What's that?
Yeah, and
Hill knows what?
I can't. Huh?
What? Hold on. Jamel Hill knows. Now I can't co-sign that. Jamel Hill knows sports. She just she's such a deranged that she can't get it together to just talk about sports. She's actually also pretty good.
Yeah, she's a decent sports commentator. I'll give it to her. Trump ain't like her, but that's between the Donald and her.
That's when she actually cared about sports.
Yeah. So here's what I need everybody. This is just a little fair YouTube tip for some of you people. If you are going to do a broadcast, the last thing you want to do is have the camera look from your nostrils. You see how this does not look good? But this is amazing. Again, this does not look good.
You need a little space above your head.
You need a little head space. See, I got space above. See that? Go like that. See, she don't do that. She got right up the snout. Like it's literally like I can see down to her chitlins
because it's her computer cam. That's why. And I'm surprised. Like she can afford a $2,000 camera.
Who told you that? Where's Candy Burst? The lies. The hell you said she can afford? No, she cannot. Stop lying for this woman. You are lying, and you know exactly why, Michael. You know exactly why this heifer can't afford it. And I'm sorry, being a shill don't pay as much as they act like it does. It just don't. It really doesn't. And I'm really tired. Oh God, I just got to get her off the screen. I can't take it no whew, it's too early in the morning for all of that.
Yeah, she knows sports. Yeah, I agree. She knows sports. She just, woke.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Time 18188 says, hold up, wait a minute. Did you say $2,000 camera she can afford just because she worked for ESPN? Doesn't mean that you can afford a $2,000 camera. People have a budget, man. Clearly she has a budget because her lighting is trash, her angles are horrible. She does not have any type of camera, but I'm just saying, like, all of this stuff for the most part, she can get off an amp.
Okay, so this is my laptop, right? That would, if I'm down here, that would be my laptop camera. My camera is back there.
Over there.
It's I think Sony A4.
What gave it away?
So wait, I've never been on ESPN.
But you do have a commercial on the Today Show.
She can afford it.
You got a Today Show commercial. You got a garage with like, $200,000 cars in a $200,000 house, according to Tasha K. Hold on real quick. Super chat. O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with 1,300 dashiki dollars for the Hoteps and dashiki community folks. Yo, I don't know. O'Shea, you just getting here, bro. I don't know if you saw it or not, but bro, we're launching a new segment. You didn't see it, so I'm gonna bring it back up just for you. We're launching the new segment. It's called One FBA. Yep. So what it is foundational Black Americans talking specifically and exclusively about African issues that don't affect us at King All. I would love your insight on that. I see how you felt about that. I just figured we, just show you got logo and whatnot. And then also, in case you didn't know, we got some merch too, which I think is really cool. Let me pull it up for you there, O'Shea, because I want you to see this, because I know you like to support and buy merch. So I figured you probably want to see the One FBA store. Yeah, we got merch. We got some sandals, we got some shirts. You know what I'm saying? Real good stuff here. Cotton spun, good quality. Everything reasonable. So listen, I'm trying to make sure that people know that foundational Black Americans are going to spend their time talking about African things that have absolutely nothing to do with Americans. Just wanted your feedback on that. But again, it's the AMN time, so we're getting back to our show. But I just wanted to let you know that was that's where we are today. Anywho and anyhow, thank you for the $1,300 dashiki bucks. I appreciate that. I don't know what that translates to in America, but I appreciate it nonetheless, good brother. Thank you for absolutely everything. He said like 154. I'm crying. First of all, I'm gonna tell you what Vanilla Ice told VH1. See, it's completely different. It's completely different. See, there's ding 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 ding.
Mine is
ding 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 ding. Ours is ding 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 ding. See, it's a completely different thing because of the extra ding.
And he still sued him the same.
The suing still worked for him the same. It's completely different. So yeah,
where
you can get your who can't come?
Where can I go?
Who can't go?
Eric said I can't go somewhere.
I don't know, but just too jazzy said, send the shirt to Godfrey. I wanted to hand him one, but apparently, listen, if the Godfrey interview happens, it was
that's
confirmed. Now it's not.
That's why you should have had the flip flops.
I got slides. That's as far as I'm going. I'm foundational Black American. I don't even know where you would get. I don't know where you get this. Where do you get the Gazelle Kicker 3s? Can somebody tell me? Can y'all put it in the chat? Where do you get the Hyena Stomper 5s? The Ubuntu 10s? Who got the Ubuntu 10s? I just want to know.
Oh my
I just Mika can't come.
Where can I come?
Mika can
Where
come,
can I go?
The only thing is Mika can come, but only 10% of her can come. Yeah, it's 10%.
Shut up. Where can I go?
Kirk Mansell said, "Who is dashiki?" It's that big old part that Dr. Umar wears to cover his fat.
Did he say who?
Who is dashiki? Why is Gamora?
I cannot take it.
Wild. Y'all are wild. I can't.
Oh
my God. F you too with the $5 super chat. Can you read that super chat while I do this?
Dave, pull up a picture of Dr. Who?
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Oh, Dr. Zayas. Oh, well, we're talking Dr. Zayas. Now let's pull up a picture of that.
I really do.
Why? Because the man asked, he paid $5. If you pay $5, we're going to read your chat and give you what you asked for. He wants a picture of Dr. Zayas in comparison with this.
Stop.
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Oh, Dr. Zayas. Oh, Dr. Zayas. Love my people.
Oh, he said, Eric said, I can't go to a FBA one event. Whatever.
Sure she can. She can come to the FBA one event. You FBA, you married her, you bring her as your plus one. Nobody tell you, listen, the good news is when you sleep with her, you're not going to get bushmeat flies. I mean,
y'all got to stop with that bushmeat.
Why are you telling me to stop with bushmeat when, okay, that's the problem. Y'all, I'm sorry. I got to revisit this only because Mika did not hear about the bushmeat.
I heard it. I heard it. You've been talking about it for the last day on the phone about this bushmeat.
Mika, you did not see, you did not know. You did not see, you did not see.
Not bamboo leather slippers.
Did you see the bushmeat documentary?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Dave.
No. You didn't see it. So now we're going to run it. No.
Oh my God.
No, you didn't see it. I'm just going to play it short. I feel like that's happy compromise, everybody. We're going to play this short. Now we're right back over. See, we are right back over to one FBA because Mika didn't see what happened.
I want to back up and explain a couple of my goals in this video. I think most Westerners, when they come here to do reports or videos or documentaries on bushmeat, it's really only done.
What did the white man say, Mika? What did the white man say?
I don't know.
You heard what the white man said. Oh, no, I'll run it back. No problem. No, you act like you
I want to back up and explain a couple of my goals in this video. I think most Westerners, when they come here to do reports or videos, documentaries on bushmeat, it's really only done to villainize what's taking place locally. Of course, we all know the dark side of bushmeat, hunting and selling endangered animals and so on. But bushmeat is also an industry that employs thousands of people, from people hunting animals that are not vulnerable species to...
Wait, real quick. Aren't these the same folks that sit up here and say, well, that's like when you drug dealers say that you're employing black people. That does not make it right. It does not make it right, Dave. Dave, you cannot justify the dealing of street pharmaceuticals because it employs thousands of people.
Those selling to hunters. So I'm going to do my best in this video to look at both sides. I want to back up and explain.
Feta. Some days are not as easy as others.
Yeah, some days you just don't have enough bushmeat to go around. I mean,
absolutely not. I'm not doing that.
What
is that? What was that?
I don't know. That was it. I don't know what that. I don't eat bushmeat. Okay. Last night I had the Johnny Trio. And by having the Johnny Trio, because my stomach is literally like that big, I had 2 bites of steak, 2 bites of chicken with goat cheese and the sun-dried tomatoes, and I had 1 ravioli and vodka sauce. I'm gonna have the rest for lunch and dinner today. So I just Dr. Zayas. Wait 1 second. Gregarious said deep Simpsons reference, Dave. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, they had that little part in the Simpsons. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Dr.
It's called a cane cutter. What's what?
Wait, what?
I'm about to hide the chat again.
No, you can't hide the chat. Baked hyena, what's wrong with you, Big Rock? Big Rock. It's called a cane cutter, Mika. What is a cane cutter? Oxtails are delicious. Oxtails are not bushmeat. Oxtails are not bushmeat. Wait 1 second, Gregarious. But I think a YouTube member said impala ribs. I just want to get through the show. And this is what you people do. By the way, I just want to take a minute to let y'all know I have a brand new video on demand up. I dropped it last night. It talks about how the Divine Nine ain't doing a damn thing for black people. The legacy is beautiful, but their efforts are lackluster. So I want y'all to check it out. Listen, when I tell y'all, I Spielberg, Ken Burns edited this damn video.
My gosh.
and I broke it down. Now, also later on today, I will be dropping my video on the entire Boule industrial complex. I'm talking about everything and everybody. I am calling names and receipts. So if y'all love if you love my expose on the Divine Nine, you are really going to love my expose on the Boule industrial complex. And no, I'm not just talking about Roland Martin. I'm calling out all names. Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, Joy Reid, Don Lemon, Power Bottom.
Ricky Smiley said y'all was scared.
Scared of what?
The white man.
Who's scared of the? Ain't nobody more scared of the white man.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Who's scared of the white man?
He said black people are afraid of the white man.
Not any more than he is.
He's definitely afraid. I do not like Ricky Smiley at all.
He's so afraid of the white
man.
Him
or
the majority of people who are behind his books with his half literate ass are white.
Yeah,
That's how afraid he is of the white. Okay, cool. Right? Because I mean, listen, anytime he wants to read Harry Potter on the air, he can let me know. Because he knows for a fact I got tapes of him not reading.
Murray,
if you want to call it that.
Had a little lamb.
So again, no, he can't even do that. Listen, Murray had a little lamb, a little toast, a little gel, a little hot dog with a bun, and that's why Murray weighs a ton, baby. No, Ricky can't read that well. I said what I said. You put Ricky in front of the teleprompter,
I think he might read better than Ben Crump. So that's all that matters.
Listen, my last bowel movement that I took right before I did this show reads better than Ben Crump.
And the
Ben Crump
arbitrator
and the appendix. I literally went out of my way for these people yesterday. To translate because I am fluent in Crumpese. And I sat there and I spent my time as a professional broadcaster of 4 decades translating that hot pile of garbage, butchering what he considers to be the English language. If that man, let me tell y'all something, for those of you who are sitting at your job right now, watching and listening to me and Mika, and you are saying that you can't possibly quit your job and make a career, if Ben Crump can muddle his way through high school, college, law school, and passing the bar, you have zero excuse. Because if a dyslexic, dyscalculic kid with a stutter can make a career as a broadcaster, and I don't need a cat pointer to read a document that's not moving.
And he was up on it and had a red dot on it.
Yeah,
and then when he got to the end, he said, and this was important for him to talk about. I said, oh, he knew that part.
Listen, your husband and I have red dots, okay? Your husband and I have red dots because we have a scope on. Never mind. That was a cat toy. He used the cat toy, so he didn't lose his place.
And
that man got
he
undiagnosed
said the body
autism.
Had the composite.
Have we looked into the possibility, and this is just a possibility, have we looked into the possibility that Ben Crump might have been somehow infected with bushmeat disease? Could he have gotten some infected bushmeat, and that's why he can no longer talk?
No, he's been talking like that, from what I researched.
DB smooth, sir. Will the be swing, sir?
You saw why you were talking. I was just laughing.
Yeah, because you know I'm working. So y'all are horrible. Y'all are horrible. Grilled mongoose. First of all, the one Mr. Ham. Sir, you're not even a YouTube member. You did not super chat.
I'm done.
And you are sitting here. No,
I'm done.
He gonna get this
Oh
work.
my God.
Sir, you are interrupting my show because you said that Jamel Hill resembles the baby
that man
from
said
dinosaurs
not
that used to get said, not the mama. So what you're saying, and I want to make sure I understand this. You're trying to say that Jamel Hill somehow, some way put you in the mind of baby Sinclair.
DC, Northwest. DC? Washington, DC, Northwest.
You trying to tell me that Jamel Hill looks like Baby Sinclair from Dinosaurs? That's what you're saying there, right there, right down to the freckles.
Okay, I got
and the bugged out eyes.
I can see it. I can see it.
Mama.
Yeah. Oh,
why do I keep putting the same thing up on the same screen? Mama. Why do we have two pictures of Baby Sinclair on the screen? And that baby gotta love me, really cute and very cuddly, especially when I hit my daddy with a frying pan. Oh my God, you people are insane.
Oh,
disrespect that woman like that.
Mm.
No, good and hell well, that woman got second. This is an accomplished woman. This woman got second place in a Miss Piggy lookalike contest, and you gonna say she looked like Baby Sinclair from Dinosaurs?
When y'all said the thing about Piggy, all I could think about was, you remember on Sesame Street, the pigs they used to sing, the walk pigs? Oh my God,
Yes.
that's all I could think about. Oh, I hate y'all.
Do you remember
Y'all was
Garfield and Friends?
No, I've never seen. No, I've never seen Garfield.
Garfield and Friends had a show called U.S. Acres, which was also created by Jim Davis, and in that show there was a character named Orson Pig.
Mm-hmm.
Orson Pig looks a lot like Jamel Hill. Wait, no,
I don't need anything else. Y'all have,
you don't, but the audience does.
Y'all have
the
ruined this for me. Oh,
what are you talking about? I'm trying to,
because I can't get these images out of my head. Y'all are wild. Absolutely wrong.
Listen, I just want to show it to you, and we can move on with our day because we still got a lot of other stuff to cover. Okay, so all I'm saying is, hold on, let me get over here. Okay, I want you to see this, and I want you to tell me if you don't see the resemblance. That's all I'm saying. So first of all, here is Orson Pig. Oh no, my bad. Here is Orson Pig. Let me hit you with a zoom. See, that's Orson Pig right there. Y'all, you see that? Do you see it? Mika, do you see it?
I get off the screen.
And there's Jamel Hill.
I see it. I see it.
Orson Pig.
Gracias, I see it. I see it.
I'm not doing it for you, the audience. Jamel Hill.
Oh my God.
That's all. I just wanted to make sure y'all. I just want to make sure everybody had a view of what we were talking about here.
Oh my gosh, I can't take it.
Hold on one second. Nefertiti says, "I need for you to touch on that more, especially with the housing campus. Going through it now, a lot of parents are fighting housing. Unbelievable what we are going through with our young scholars." Oh yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. TA says, "I can say this." Dave calls out the BS across the diaspora. He calls out the BS from Black America, Africa, and the Caribbean. Absolutely. I am an equal opportunity BS caller outer. Hold on one second. First of all, I resent this.
Every day.
Read what that says in the chat. Can you read what that says in the
Does
chat?
Dave choose violence every day? Absolutely.
First of all.
At 8 o'clock in the morning.
First of all, that's a lie. You people are lying right now. First of all, I don't choose violence. Violence wakes me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Violence wakes me up at 3 o'clock in the morning because what happens is people have gotten so comfortable with other people who look like me being pacifists. They expect that I'm gonna duck smoke. They expect I'm gonna just allow them to talk about me greasy. They expect that I'm just gonna sit up here and let my people go unanswered. No. What does LA Knight say? No. I don't choose violence. I respond to violence. I don't go picking on people. I respond to them picking on me. So if Orson Pig and Sinclair the baby, aka Miss Piggy, aka Dr. Zayas, got something to say, I'm allowed to respond. Ain't that how that works?
I can't unsee it.
Ricky Smiley and read better than Floyd Mayweather. No. Ricky Smiley does not read better than Floyd Mayweather. That is a blatant lie. See, I would have let that go if I wasn't there. It got to a point when we started syndicating Ricky, and this is a fact. If I'm lying, have Urban One sue me, and then I'll produce tapes, and then we can go all the way through discovery. If I'm lying, have Urban One sue me. Ricky was so bad at reading. And when I say reading, I'm pretty sure he can read silently, but when it comes out of his mouth, it sounds like I'm all right, y'all. My name Ricky Smiley. I'm gonna be reading from The Real Black Agenda by Dave Anderson.
Dave. I can't take you.
All right, no. I gotta find a page. Okay. The system is broken. It working just fine. Let's kill this lie once and for all. The system is not broken. It's functioning exactly how it was meant to. Can somebody give me some coffee?
Oh my God, I hate
you. You can't reform Rick game. You don't fix it's 10 at the top of the hour. Ricky Smiley, I'm on the show. That's how he sounded. It got so bad that when the affiliates, and now for those of you who do not speak radio, affiliates are places, radio stations that would carry the show. When we were building the show, I put Ricky Smiley in the syndication. That is a statistical fact. When we would put Ricky in the syndication, of course, they didn't want the cast. They wanted Ricky to read stuff. So the only way to get Ricky to do it was I would tell him what to say, and then he would spit it out. Because if you gave him a script, and people would tell the affiliates, myself included, other people on the show, people at corporate would say, no, let's get Headcrack to read it. Let's get Ebony to read it. Let's get Rock T to read it. Hell, let's get Juicy, little person to read it. Let's get Gary with the T to read it. There's no, we want Ricky, we insist. Okay. So I get Ricky in the studio, in a production room, and we would sit there and have him read it. And then I would send the raw, unedited files to the affiliates. And they called me back and they would say, Taz, because that's what they call me. They say, Taz, we see what you mean. Just have Headcrack read it. Just let's get Ebony. Anybody?
Yeah, but that's usually what happens. Usually,
yeah.
Like if somebody else on a team is better at this or better at that, they normally will do that.
Mm-hmm. Lonely Therapy. I was there. He cannot read better than Floyd. Floyd Mayweather can read better than Ricky Smiley and Ben Crump. Yes,
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yes, I'm sorry. Floyd Mayweather is a much. I know 50 Cent said, hey, just have him read everybody. Yes, just have him read everybody. You know Floyd can't read everybody.
No,
you can't read everybody.
Ben Crump has taken the cake. Yesterday, I could not get through it. I could not get through it. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no. Oh, this is a great question. TA says, how did Dave conquer his stutter? I conquered my stutter from two things. Number one, I come from a family of educators. Number two, my mother was very adamant about me having speech therapy because they were like, well, we don't, in the way that he da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And my mother said, David was reading War and Peace by Tolstoy when he was 3 years old. He's not slow at all. He just speaks a certain way, but we're going to get it fixed. And that situation was fixed by 6th grade. Now, anytime I get very angry or overcome with emotion, like when I talk about my the loss of my brother or my father, or something like that, you can kind of hear it. But for the most part, no, that's how I conquered it. So thank you for the question. That's really important. That's really important. All right, Mika, I know you got to cut out. I'm gonna finish cutting up with these folks. Have a phenomenal day. Let me make sure that Mika, did you hear that?
What?
No. I just want to make sure you hear nothing as you part out. I just want to make sure you didn't hear nothing.
I hate you. Bye.
I'm not here to be liked. Come on. Oh my God, I love this show. Yeah, no, the HBCU housing crisis is extremely bad. It really is. And to me, a lot of these bootlicking Boules are robbing Black people and leaving us with nothing but hope, dreams, and excuses. And no one wants to talk about the HBCU housing crisis. But you know who does want to talk about the HBCU housing crisis? Do you know who's always going to talk about the HBCU housing crisis? Your boy. This is how this goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a conversation about the HBCU housing crisis. And let's just start at NCA&T. Does that work for y'all? Let's start there. and we can pick it up. We can pick it up from there. How's that sound? Does that sound good? Because a lot of times, these Boule shields will never talk about it, but your boy is here to do the job. Your boy is here to make sure that we have all the receipts. And let's go.
Students with a record of nearly 14,000 has become a huge issue for students attending the university as well as for administrators. Since the beginning of fall semester of 2021, there has been a high increase in students with a record of nearly 14,000 students enrolled. Students have been outraged by the lack of housing and how the administration is handling this. The majority of students in housing now will not have housing next year. A protest was even held to bring awareness to the issue. The oldest standing dorm on campus is Holland Hall, which was constructed in 1939. Just last year, this same dorm had to move students due to flooding. Even with 15 dorms and 6 apartment complexes, there's not enough housing to accommodate every student and incoming freshman. Brianna McCullough, a social work major, shares her experience with the housing crisis.
I find it unethical how they're not making accommodations for the students that are already here and making us a top priority as well. It's just not fair.
There's a high demand for new dorms, and students are begging administration to accommodate. For Aggie News, I'm Keandra Clark.
She did that, didn't she? That was great. So let's continue rolling because I want to be able to have this conversation in a real place. But yeah, this is a really good question I saw, and I want to make sure that I answered it. Lincoln Ward says, why are HBCUs chronically underfunded? Do alumni not donate? Some don't, some do. The issue isn't that HBCUs are chronically underfunded. The issue is what happens to that funding, because when it comes in, it gets negative. That's it. Absolutely. So yeah. To me, it's absolutely insane. But let's keep going because we're going to get to the bottom of this. I haven't seen this, but let's take a look at this.
Black, brown, and HBCU bound.
All right, we got time
before move-in day. Hello, everyone. My name is Yvonne Daniels, Executive Director of Practical Knowledge, Inc., and founder of the Black, Brown, and HBCU bound community. Today, I want to talk about a growing issue that is catching many families off guard: student housing. Specifically, what happens when housing is not actually secured? Unfortunately, this is not a hypothetical situation. Across the country, colleges have faced housing shortages caused by increased enrollment, limited housing inventory, delayed construction projects, and more students choosing to live on campus than schools anticipated. Now imagine.
Yeah, see that right there? That's where they lose me every time. Because it ain't, listen, if it, again, Pan-Africanism, the Black and Brown Coalition, all of that is a one-way street to take money away from foundational Black Americans. And if you think I'm lying, how come there's not a Black category at the Latin Grammys? Go ahead.
Being a first-year student, you are already nervous. You're leaving home. And then you find out the room you thought you had may not exist. One of the biggest misconceptions families have is believing that paying an enrollment deposit automatically guarantees housing. That is not always true. Many colleges.
I'm stopping right there because I paid a non-refundable deposit for my oldest daughter to have housing at Howard, and they gave her a room to a football player. Just go figure. So, or was it volleyball? Probably volleyball player. But anyway, you slice it, a mess. Let's keep going.
Have separate housing applications, deadlines, and deposits. Parents should never assume one automatically includes the other. So let's talk about some warning signs. If a school repeatedly sends emails reminding students to complete forms, or if assignments are delayed, pay attention. If social media groups are filled with students asking whether anyone has received an assignment yet, these are signals that capacity is under pressure. Now let's talk about what parents should do. First, ask direct questions. Has my student been assigned a specific room in residence hall? Is it guaranteed? What happens if housing is unavailable? Will the school provide temporary housing? Get these answers in writing whenever possible. Second, save every email. Save housing confirmations, receipts, and screenshots. If there is a dispute later, documentation matters. For students, do not suffer in silence. If your housing situation changes, immediately contact Housing Services, Residence Life, or Student Affairs. Every family should have a backup plan. This might include identifying nearby relatives, researching off-campus options, or nearby hotels. Arrive with important documents readily available. Have copies of your student ID, housing confirmation, and acceptance letter. Keep digital and paper copies. Parents, help your student practice advocating for themselves before they leave home. Teach them how to introduce themselves and ask questions respectfully. Housing problems do not mean your student's experience is ruined. It means you need information, preparation, and a plan. Stay engaged. Thank you for watching. For more guidance, join us.
Go on now. Yeah, to me, this is the bigger crux of that problem. And that's the thing. When I tell you, when they pulled that mess with my daughter at Howard, I immediately wrote a check and got her an apartment that day. But I felt bad because there was a young lady, I think a year behind my daughter. And you know what happened? She had come from California. She had all her luggage and she ain't had no room, even though she paid a non-refundable housing deposit on time. So it's little stuff like that. The Tubman Quad was flooded at one point. You had tent cities happening there. I've seen corruption firsthand at Fayetteville State. I've seen corruption at Tennessee State. I've seen corruption at Howard. But all the admins, they ain't got no money problems. Ain't that funny? Not at all. But they made sure them Asians have housing at HBCUs. But again, we don't like to have those conversations. We really don't. And I want to really talk about, let me see this thing here, which I don't want to miss. So much going on. Let's see. I think this is it here. Let me see if I can pull that up. Of course, while I'm doing it, the computer want to be slow. But have y'all been to the damn store? Who's got their damn merch yet? Who's got their damn merch yet? If you haven't gotten your damn merch, I implore you to head over to the damn store. Now, y'all know we can't talk about Boule mess without talking about the messiest no-neck having Boule person on the face of the planet, Bitty Bit. And I want to make sure y'all can hear Bitty Bit. And y'all, bit. Then Mr. Go to my iPad himself, 2 chins. I'm sorry, 5 chins. Let's listen to this.
Is Senator Mark Warner, the senior senator here. Now, Senator, on the rundown, everybody.
Now, Senator, on the rundown, See, the problem is when a lot of people are in crowded spaces, they don't realize that the microphone is still the microphone. You don't have to scream. You're sitting right next to the man. He ought to be able to hear you. And if you have to raise your voice, then you move the microphone away from your chins and you speak from here. That's how that, never mind.
They had 7 minutes.
Hold it, not U.S. senators. We get more than 7
U.S. 7.
First of all, did you see how Rolly put his hands on his hips? Look at that face. iPad cheeks. Look at that face. Look at what he's looking at. Hey, Rolly. Hey, girl. Oh, real quick, shout out to Supreme Mash said, I've been out of town for work all weekend. You have kept me completely informed and entertained. That is my goal here. There's knowledge in between the jokes. But you know what Roland Martin is thinking right now, Supreme Mash? Do you have any idea what Roland Martin is thinking right now? You know what he wants to do, right?
Got to jump in his head.
U.S. senators. We get more than 7
You had 7 minutes. I was sitting. I said,
You want me to talk fast?
I said, I think he's gonna go a little longer than the 7 minutes.
Well, listen. I can just say yes and no. Trump a jerk? Yes.
Well,
first, but it might take 1 minute of this to just say to the audience what Roland does in terms of presenting, not just a black point of view of America, but the fact that he is willing to put himself out to hold all.
Wait. What did anybody co-sign that Roland is putting out the black view of America? How does this white man know this? I'm so confused. Beats for Days with the 10 gems. Appreciate the gold coin. $2.99 super chat. The one Mr. Hampson, apologize for the baby Sinclair Jamel comment. No, it's all good, man. I was just giving you shit, but I appreciate the $2.99 super chat. I hate it when white people are misinformed and think that Roland has the pulse of Black America. He can't even find his own post. Cole Crusher, can we talk about Angela Rice's Boule broadcast? You better thank a YouTube member. You better know I will. We're going to get to that as soon as possible. But let's listen. Sorry, I did not mean to pause with that man's mouth looking. Never mind.
All of us accountable in a way that communicates and says it in a much more real way than most people in journalism is important, because at this moment in time, people are like giving up because it feels like the deck is so stacked against them. And this young man, Roland Martin, still calls it straight.
What young man? Who the young man? Who is the young man in question here? Not Rolly. The Iceman. You better thank a YouTube member. Says there is absolutely no shift in his neck position. It is fused to his torso from the top of his head to his waist. There is no flexion. I'm not doing this. Dexter, you're not a YouTube member and you didn't give a super chat. You're ruining my show right now by saying why Roland got a choir leader shirt on. I can't. Let's go.
And keeps us in the fight.
I appreciate it. That's the only way we can do it. Let's talk about Lamont said.
Did y'all hear the way he was smacking his lips at this man? I don't think y'all heard it.
Fight.
I appreciate it. That's the only way we can do it. Let's talk about Lamont said. You said this is going to be the last time you serve. Yes, running again. Lamont said so. We want to make sure we heard from him for a little bit more. You're on the ranking member of the Intelligence Committee, and you made a joke in there about that. That's a perfect example of where we are. The clueless leadership that is in place for our most sensitive secrets. That speaks to me how grotesque the person is sitting in the Oval Office that would just put a
Is this man wearing a drape with a 3X neckline, calling somebody else grotesque? Never mind.
1,000 dude over all intelligence and think that's gonna fly.
This man, Mr. Trump, has no respect for national security. You know, we all know.
Sir, that toupee has no respect for our intelligence.
He doesn't care about affordability, doesn't care about the American people's, cost. But the idea that he would insult the literally tens of thousands of people who work in the intelligence community by putting somebody totally without merit in a position, the fact that he would be willing, there's a very critical intelligence tool called Section 702. He's punting on that until he gets his voter disenfranchisement bill, the so-called SAVE Act.
And he ain't getting it.
He ain't getting that. No, there is no way, even with our Republicans, that was a bridge too far.
I love hearing Speaker Mike Johnson blame the Democrats. And I'm like, hell no.
Hell no. Hell no. And on top of that, and we talked about this when we were together in Norfolk and in Petersburg, the fact that for all the flaws of the American military, for African Americans and women, once it was opened up, this was a path based on meritocracy. And now that this guy Hegseth has got a vendetta against black generals, flag officers, women, that makes us less safe as a nation when he demotes or gets rid of people that have risen to their position by merit.
And there's a board that said they deserve the promotion, and to act like their perspective and their analysis is irrelevant. And what was offensive to me, here's a black admiral, number one on the board. You say no, but the number 3 guy gets promoted, who's a white guy, but then they want to talk about DEI and merit.
Yes, it is. This is not just about what's morally right and fair. It is about the freaking security of our country. And anybody who's a black, Latino woman, you know.
All right, we get it. Yeah. Trump bad, Orange Man bad, blah, blah, skibbity bop. I just want to see, for the record, how these Boule folks are continuing to just shuck and jive for the Democrats. And you only got 7 minutes, but you said this the last time you read it, so we're going to give you 19 minutes. I can't. EDC Key says, Dave, have you talked about the Atlanta boycotts of toast because Rick Jackson visited the restaurant? No, I have not, but if you'd like me to, let's go ahead and make that happen right now. This is your show. Thank you for the super chat. Let's roll this beautiful bean footage.
Atlanta is a mecca for,
I believe this man understands food.
All kinds of food. But right now, that breakfast scene is crunch in this city. It is jam-packed, competitive, and what you do not need is negative press at any point in time. Right now, we're looking at a situation with Toast on Lenox. It's a kind of upscale brunch type restaurant, very good food. Been there once or twice myself. But after this brouhaha that's got the internet in the chokehold, we're having to take a second look at one of the co-owners of this establishment, and the decision that was made to take a photo op with a particular Republican candidate. The community is kind of tight about it, and we're going to talk about it right here, right now on the Ujama Network. The thing I find most distressing about this is the timing and judgment that this individual showed a lack of.
Shut up, Jazzy.
For just being tone deaf at what's going on around. You know, we've got an African American community that's been.
Dexter, didn't we talk about this? If you want to disrupt my show, you got a super chat, homeboy. You did not just say, is that Jamel Hill minus her wig? So you're saying that this man right here, this for the record, you're saying this man right here is this man right here. Did I get that right? You saying that this man right here is this man right here? That's what you're saying? So immature. Let's keep going.
Ticked off for at least the past 2 years, the first 2 years of this administration. We have seen how African Americans literally are chomping.
African Americans? Does he mean foundational Black Americans? Does he mean like Akon or never mind, let's let him go.
At the bit to boycott anything and anybody who is jumping out of line. We saw it with Target. And then when Bishop Jamal Bryant announced that the Target.
I'm sorry, when did Jamal Bryant become a bishop? I didn't know he was a Lutheran or a Catholic. He must have misspoke. Okay, let's go.
Boycott was over. Black Americans was ticked off. Who are you to say it's over? Black people are pissed. And anything associated with MAGA or MAGA politics is going to catch some hell. So when we saw this picture of you standing with the Republican candidate for governor of the state in Atlanta, whereas Keisha Lance Bottom, former mayor of Atlanta, is winning and won the Democratic nomination for the state. Yeah, you might say it's not an endorsement, but you didn't take a picture with Keisha. You know, it would have been nice if you had them both there. But see, this is the thing. This is the lack of foresight. You cannot possibly have a Keisha Lance Bottom at your restaurant at this point in time, because now the damage is done. It's done. And if this picture with Rick Johnson didn't mean anything, it was just a conversation, why did he remove it from his Instagram page? He kept the response that Keisha Lance Bottom made and made another little blurb about that. But you took that down. Interesting. But I think the issue is way bigger than just this photo. It's
speaking of things that are way bigger than that photo. So let me make sure I'm understanding this. Somebody, the owner of Toast on Lennox, took a picture with a Republican. And that's what y'all want to protest, but you don't want to protest the fact that Georgia Public Schools barely has kids reading on grade level. You don't want to protest the fact that the majority of people in New Birth are not close to or anywhere near the net worth of Jamal Bryant. We're not going to talk about how New Birth Missionary Baptist Church is holding millions of dollars in debt, but collecting millions of dollars a year from its parishioners. But you got time to protest because a business owner took a picture. I don't know if y'all know this or not. Whether you are a Democrat, a Republican, a Catholic, a Jew, an atheist, if you come to my business and you'd like to take a picture, I'm gonna take a picture. I don't care. Y'all not protesting teen takeovers. You're not protesting carjackers. You're not protesting the fact that even though Atlanta is called a chocolate city, less than 26% of the businesses in Atlanta are Black owned. And out of that, more than 60% of those are single member LLCs. You're not protesting the fact that, again, you've got a shucking and jiving, Jasper ass, shade tree house coon like Jamal Bryant sitting up there complimenting a football player's pretty legs. You don't skip leg day. Those things are shining. I bet they glow in the dark. They look lanolated. Y'all okay with that, though, right? You're okay with the fact that this man put up a Target boycott, even though Target, more than any other retail chain, has given shelf space to more Black-owned businesses than damn near any other retail business combined. You niggas is worried about a picture. Seriously. Salam alaikum, Ali Howard. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. This is idiotic. Y'all keep talking about how you can't put Black people all in the same category. You keep talking about how Black people aren't a monolith. Yet, if somebody decides to be a Republican, they're going against the monolithic thinking that has gotten you into the hole that you've been in for the past 6 decades. Go ahead and explain it to me. I dare any one of you tree-hugging liberal-ass Negroes who thinks Kamala Harris would have been the saving grace of America to bring their ass up here and break it down to me. Could it be, let me just put something out here. Could it be, maybe, just maybe, this might be a situation where they're trying to disrupt and financially cripple yet another Black-owned business, a Black woman-owned business at that? Y'all didn't stop to think about it because you very rarely stop to think. And this is the problem with a lot of folks who, from a lineage perspective, are foundational Black American, but from a code perspective are completely off code. What up, Crew Reality? B1 at Dave. I am from Olympias Fields. I learned all music from New Faith Baptist Church in Madison, Illinois. These folks be lying. You are correct. Didn't know the breakdown of the business structure, Dave. Thanks, dog. That's what I'm here for. Business is business. Y'all ain't got no problem going up to McDonald's, though. And you don't know if the owner of that McDonald's is a Democrat or Republican. You ain't got no problem getting that delicious lemonade from Chick-fil-A, but you don't know if they're Democrat or Republican. You don't know. But you got this man up here who is built like somebody gave peptides to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man talking about this. Because y'all are up in arms, but you're not up in arms on the fact that your kids can't read. You're not up in arms that they're building all these prisons. You're not up in arms that folks don't have clean water. You're not up in arms with the fact that our businesses are suffering. You're up in arms. Oh, well, he's really up in arms. Anyway, you're not up in arms about things that actually matter, but you're up in arms and you want to protest a Black-owned business because she took a picture with a political figure. Can somebody make it make sense to me? I'm begging you. If there's somebody in the chat who can make it make sense to me, I really want to hear your opinion. While you're doing that, I'm going to do what we need to do. True Reality says, speaking of McDonald's, they're rebuilding the McDonald's in Olympia Fields has been an FBA staple in the community. And I bet you the reason that they're building the McDonald's, and when that McDonald's gets rebuilt, it's going to be a square box. It's not going to have any personality whatsoever. So all they got to do is strip off the McDonald's branding when they sell it, and it could become a Jack in the Box. It could become a Panda Express. It could become a Chipotle, and ain't nobody going to say nothing. I am sick of these necklace shills running around here doing damage to black people by reporting on absolute nothing burgers with extra cheese. In his case, a double. But again, I'm just, I can't, this man, look, sometimes y'all got to pay attention, and y'all are not understanding what's really happening in the world. You're just being caught up in nonsensical stuff. And I hate to see that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and I'm going to share this trailer with you. Of course, fair use, because I get kind of tired of folks trying to flag me for reviewing a video because we're talking about it, and I'm trying to let y'all know that this is the Clayface trailer. So let's see what James Gunn has for us today. Real quick, is that how y'all look when y'all getting them hotel BBLs? You just got a sister injecting you with a bunch of... Never mind, let's keep going. I want to talk about real quick. Number one, I am really tired of these offshoot movies. I don't care if it's Venom or Morbius or Clayface or Joker, and there's not a Spider-Man or a Batman in sight. Even if you don't want to have Batman in the movie, I'm going to need somebody to mention a Batman somewhere in there. I would just want to see in the background someplace Commissioner Gordon putting up the bat signal. I'm going to need some of that. Otherwise, you're not world building. You're doing offshoot movies that people don't care about. Wait. Who's calling me a traitor? Who did that? I know you lying. Shout out to Hello You. Thank you for the gems. I really appreciate the flower. And this is what I'm talking about. Let's see. Oh, people are stupid. Yeah, people are stupid. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of dark, man. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, and that's where I am, Disco Kryptonite. You better thank a YouTube member says the villain origin movies with no Batman appearances is getting lame. That's why I had so much respect for David Ayer's Suicide Squad. You want to know why? Batman was in it. Batman was in it. I want somebody to release the Ayer cut. Don't do nothing else. Release the Ayer cut. Now there was another trailer y'all wanted me to end with, and I can't remember what it was now. Let's see here. Oh, Misty Green. Misty Green. All right, cool. Let me get Misty Green up here. Whew. And then we'll get on out of here. Also, have y'all seen my did you see my expose on the Divine Nine? If you haven't, it's phenomenal, and I really want y'all to check it out. So let's go ahead and watch this Misty Green trailer, and we'll go from there.
Who the fuck are you? This is my husband's apartment. No, he said I could have it. Okay, it's over now. Best supporting actress, Misty Green. Is that you?
Hold on 1 second.
Get your stuff together. I'm broke.
Run this back.
It's not just me though. I got my brother.
Misty, I'm on my meds and I'm gonna get a job. Yeah, I'm good.
I get it. It's tough out there. I don't even know if I get you on Law and Order right now. The last time I cast you, you punched it.
Who the fuck are you? This is my husband's apartment. No, he said I could have it. Okay, it's over now. Best supporting actress, Misty Green. Is that you?
Yo, why does she look like Diana Ross though? Okay, let's keep going.
I'll give you a week to get your stuff together. I'm broke. It's not just me though. I got my brother.
Misty, I'm on my meds and I'm gonna get a job. Yeah, I'm good.
I get it. It's tough out there. I don't even know if I get you on Law and Order right now. The last time I cast you, you punched this bitch in the face.
She hit me first. For the record, I quit due to creative differences. Okay. I wake up when I want to wake up. I sleep when I want to sleep. I get high when I want to get high. And I fuck when I want to fuck. I didn't know you were a Lil Wayne song. That's so cool.
You're not exactly an unknown, Misty. Is Hollywood racist? Yep. Are you mixed?
Excuse me, what?
Is it sexist? Fuck yeah, it is.
I'm looking for open-minded friends who might want to make a little extra cash.
But don't act like you never had a shot.
Oh, if it isn't Misty Green.
Gina is in the house.
Hello. I would like to finish my audition if it isn't too much trouble. All right?
You want all my love.
I saw you singing at the Roosevelt the other night. You were great. Did I see your brother?
Yeah, that was him.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
You okay?
I really can't do this anymore. I love acting, but writing a line between hoe and hostess, I'm out.
We need to keep our eyes on the prize here. Okay, go in there tomorrow, read, sing, kill.
You've got one night only, one night only. You'll be the only one. One night only, then you'll have to run.
Do you think I can act? Or are you just trying to fuck?
Why can't both things be true?
One night only, there's nothing left to say. Words get in the way.
All right, real quick. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that just yet. However, I saw something very interesting in the chat before we get out of here. This hitchhiker 812 person, whose mother probably should have swallowed, said, "Always crying, Dave, always crying, FBI always crying." And bring your bitch ass up here. Let me help you out. Let me give you the link. Why don't you come on up here and say it to my face? Why can't you do that? Like, come on up here. Let me help you out, because the doors of the church are open right now. You can bring your ass. We will wait. Come on, thediasporawars.com. That's the link. Come on. But you won't, because, you know, you can't put the bushmeat down long enough to talk to me. You want something to say? You got something to say? Come on up here. Stop telling these people to debate with me, because they can't debate, but they can get a lesson. Come on. Bring your zebra gonad guzzling ass up here. We know you a hitchhiker. We got that. Come on. Come on. We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you. Put down them goosey soup. Come on. I got time today. Waiting for you to come on up. Oh, that's right. You won't, because you're full of bitch assness and you don't know how to have a productive conversation. How am I crying? I'm in my paid for house, sitting here talking to you for fun. Yeah, you already know, because that's what they do. They flee. Kit Kat said those tethers can't sting you. And I suggest they have several seats, because I ain't going nowhere. I don't know that whatever that movie was called, Misty something or other, Misty Green. That looks interesting. And that's why we were talking about the bushmeat crisis and the fact that a lot of these countries are financially underwater to the IMF. That's exactly why. Because they don't know how to act and they don't know what to do. So that's my issue. My whole thing is they don't want to debate me. They want to come up here and try to be disruptive, because they know what the DMX say: you whack, you twisted, your girl's a hoe, you're broke, your kid ain't yours, and everybody know. The whole hand said you're stupid. You be like, so I love my Schmeat. I'll never let it go. So complete. But the second that you open wide, the whole world knows what you can't hide. Cold Crush. So let's end on a high note and watch the trailer for Mahershala Ali's new movie. What's the name of his new movie? What is Mahershala Ali's new movie's name? What's the name of Mahershala Ali's new movie? You don't know what it's called? Oh, your mother. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get this up on the screen here. All right, so I'm gonna play this and then we out of here. How about that? Because again, the Tethers don't want no smoke. They never do. So let's go ahead and get this up on the screen. Your mother. That's what we're watching. All right, and then we're gonna get the heck up on out of here. All right, let's go.
A man came to the prophet and asked, "Who is most beloved to us after you?" The prophet said, "Your mother." The man asked, "Then who?" The prophet said, "Your mother again." "Then who?" The prophet replied, "Your mother." 3 times? Yeah. The man asked again, "Who is next?" And the prophet replied, "And then your father."
Listen, I love a good Tether action movie as much as the next guy. I'm actually excited to see that. I ain't mad at that. So again, now that looks official. Say what y'all want to say about Mahershala, but he's absolutely dope. Shout out to Wishlist with the 30 gems. Thank you for the clutch. Let's see here. Disco Kryptonite says with the $2 super chat says, Dave, have you played any of the Arkham games? Absolutely. Yeah, got that. Thank you, Cole Crush, for the super chat. Somebody else said something, and I wanted to make sure I acknowledged it. Because somebody said something real important, and I want to make sure I got to it. Of course, when I find it, I can't find it. Let's see here. Why y'all coming for John Cena? You better thank a YouTube member saying the first Suicide Squad was good, but if you want to ruin a movie, put John Cena in it. That's why the second Suicide Squad was terrible. The second Suicide Squad was terrible because the writing was terrible. It was rushed, and a lot of it didn't make any sense. Crew Reality says, Dave, you like my big comic book brother. I think you read Orson Scott Card's books and understand them. Yeah, no, I love Ender's Game. I love that entire series. So yeah, no, come on, man. I'm a super nerd. Like I'm a like mega ultra power nerd. Yeah. So that's that, man. I really appreciate y'all being here. Wait, Mahershala Ali's FBA? Certified salute to Mahershala Ali then. I ain't with it. That man's a phenomenal actor. Phenomenal actor. That is good to know. Y'all know I'm gonna get on out of here, and I'm gonna end with my song for Godfrey. Hopefully we will get some answers as to when we're going to do that Godfrey broadcast. I'm looking forward to it. And I hope it all goes well. I will see y'all tomorrow. Make sure y'all check out my video on the Divine Nine, and I'm doing my Boule expose later on today. So y'all be good. If you can't be good, be great. Peace.
Foundation bounce. DA, I'm in. I told y'all the chair is open, but the mic ain't scared. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Name in your mouth, now the truth gon' follow. Be the topic, but the chair stay hollow. To the mouth. Pull up tomorrow. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Talking on the culture, but the table too shallow. FBA built in, I respect, gotta follow. To the mouth. Pull up tomorrow. You know me. You know me. Follow button talking like bro, don't show me. You know me. You know if FBA the topic, put the mic before me. He said he don't know me, okay, that's cute. But he been on my page like he checking the proof. Years on the gram, now he brand new. That follow button snitch, what you want me to do? I ain't mad, I ain't chasing no fame, but don't play lost when you mention my name. I got receipts in the math, don't miss. You can duck the chair, but you can't duck this. This ain't anti-African, this ain't hate. This is grown man talk with the facts on a plate. I respect your roots, respect mine too. You keep speaking on us, now we speaking to you. Talk about us, talk around us. Use the culture and clown us. Say unity and doubt us. If we so divisive, why your whole show about us? You say you don't know me, but you follow. Name in your mouth, now the truth gon' follow. Be in a topic, but the chair stay hollow. Tell them out. Pull up tomorrow. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Talking on the culture, but the table too shallow. FDA built it, now respect gotta follow.
Yeah. David came through with the accent mistake. Southern black speech ain't trauma on the plate. Not Nigerian, slow down with pain in the cake. That's church blues, jazz, and grandma with the shake. That's porch talk. That's code switch. That's Sunday shoes. That's cotton field grit. That's survival turn rhythm. That's genius with a wit. So don't explain my roots with a podcast clip. Where was the FBA? Where was the C? Where was the voice when y'all spoke on the speech? You can't call it unity if we never get to teach. That ain't diaspora, that's a one-way street. The chair is open, the mic is hot. You said my name, now answer the plot. The chair is open, the mic is hot. Stop begging the question and dancing the shot. A follow ain't friendship, everybody knows. But don't act lost when I'm in your scroll. I'm not chasing clout, I'm chasing correction. FBA lineage needs proper protection. Civil rights blood, open doors for the flight. Now everybody landed trying to rewrite. I don't need worship, I don't need petty. Just don't speak on my house like I'm not in the city. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Name in your mouth, now the truth gon' follow. FBA the talking, but the chair stay hollow. Tell them out. Pull up tomorrow. You say you don't know me, but you follow. Talking on the culture, but the table too shallow. FBA built it, now respect gotta follow. Tell them out. Pull up tomorrow. If FBA the topic, FBA gets the mic. If you keep saying our name, then come speak right. The chair is open. Don't make me count. They won already. You know what this about.